Good morning, everybody. This is Patrick Lee, and it's time for Midweek Motivation Live. I will see you right after this. Stay tuned, y'all. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing all right today. This is Patrick Lee, time for Midweek Motivation Live. We're going to be talking about the journey today, making a little adjustment. Coming to you from Studio 2, my home office today, doing some work from the home office, broadcasting from here, and surrounded by a few things that bring me happiness. We're going to be talking about that a little bit today, talking about the journey in life and business and relationships. And I'm kind of surrounded by a few things in the past that have given me joy. Art, music, and you can see behind me on this wall, there's my Declaration of Independence, my framed Declaration of Independence. Uh, Things like that, patriotism. I'm surrounded with firearms. I have firearms all around me. Those bring me joy. Uh, in this particular office, I also collect some of my firearms and have a lot of those stored around me as well. This is sort of the man cave. Good to see people watching the show already. People tuning in. Love that. Good to see everyone watching. And yes, we are Midweek Motivation Live now on all major podcast platforms. You can go to Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, iTunes, any one of those, and you can find Midweek Motivation Live. Just type us in and search, and you will find us in there. I think we have over, nearly 100 episodes maybe uploaded already. And we use a great service that we upload everything through and then broadcast to all major podcast platforms. Be sure and find us there. And then also on YouTube, you can find the show there. I'll throw this plug out first. If you haven't subscribed to the show, go to Midweek Motivation Live with Patrick Lee on YouTube, and you will find all of the broadcasts for the last year or two on there as well. When you get to YouTube, click on the subscribe button below the video and on the bell for notifications, and that'll let you know when the show is live. Every time we upload a new show, you'll get a notification. But want to talk to you today about the journey. Let's talk about your journey. In the show, you hear me talk a lot about my journey, where I have been, places that I have been, things that I have been through, kind of where I'm from. You know a little bit about me. I know less about you. And that's kind of why I do the show each week, is try to help you on your journey, motivating you to success in every area of life. That's what the show motto is there at the bottom of the screen. And that's really what I want to do for all of you. But every one of you are on a different journey. Hello, Sal. Hello, Pete. Different people tuning in from different places. We're all on our own journey. And many of you reach out to me, private message, text message, if you have my number. And my number is always in my digital business card that I give to you at the end of the show, and also posted in the comments on social media in the show as well. All of my contact information is in there, but many people reach out to me and talk about the show, different things that are going on in their life. And I'm always happy to get a snippet into what it is that you're going through. But I want to talk to you about your journey today, and what kind of a journey are you on, and how are you living your life as it pertains to that. I've been recently through an election process, right? I'm not a political guy, but many of you know I am a licensed realtor in the state of Texas, and was recently elected to the board of directors at our local real estate association. So there's a journey, and one of the topics at the association was a team issue, whether teams of real estate agents should be allowed or disallowed from posting their sales to the association, to the MLS, through using the name of their team. And how can people market the name of their team? Is there a difference between an individual agent, a team of agents, and a brokerage? And what are those differences? So in the real estate world, we're all on different journeys. In your life, in your business, you're on a different journey. But there have been a lot of things in that journey for me that have been stressful. And there are people that come into your life when you are experiencing these things. And some of them bring you joy, and some of them rob you of joy equally, or even more so than those that bring it sometimes. And I just want to talk to you about that a little bit. Don't want to ramble on, but really want to discuss that with some of you. Each one of you needs to kind of learn to identify your journey. We've talked about that, your goals and dreams, the places in life that you want to go. And while you're on that journey, we talked in the past about the grind and what it means to be on the grind. A lot of people they call life the grind. I choose to call my coffee the grinds. That's the only grind I do. Is grinding up coffee beans to make my coffee. I love that. I'm drinking a great cup today of a Pacific Northwest blend. I don't know how this came about. I was turned on to this company, and there's a great blend of beans here that I'm drinking today in my Dad, You're Terrific cup. My daughter's got me. It says, Dad, you're terrific. I hope it's hereditary. I believe it is. I believe my kids are terrific as well. Oh, that's good. And all of you are as well. But on the journey, there are times that we experience hardship, we experience stress, we experience loss. And those are times that we kind of need to take a look at what we're doing and where we're going. But one of the biggest thing I want to talk to you today about the journey is how to celebrate small achievements. Many times as you're going down the road, you're doing your trade, you're working in your business, just like I do every day. The things that come up, you have small successes, and we need to learn how to celebrate those small successes. I have a little shelf in the window of my building. Many of you watch the show. I'm broadcast from Studio One on the 18th floor of the tower downtown. And in that window, I have some crystal awards, some trophies, and different things that I have achieved in the past. And a lot of times people will have those all posted all over their walls. And in the grand scheme of things, there are ways of doing exactly what we're talking about. Each time that person wins an award, they put it on the wall. And whenever you come into your space, your workspace, your man cave, right? Your safe space, you walk in and you may be having a bad day, and maybe you've been knocked down a little bit. Maybe business has been hard. Maybe some of your relationships have been tough, but you can come in and look at the walls and be reminded of the times that you actually won. And that's what I'm looking at today. Celebrating small achievements, finding joy in the journey is the title of the show today. How to find joy in your journey. There are going to be times that you have a win when things didn't go bad, when you got up and told yourself you were going to have a good day and you didn't allow anyone to change your mind that day. And those are small wins. For some of you, making it through the day without a bout of depression or a major catastrophe in your life, that's a win. And if you can celebrate that win, maybe you can have another win the next day. And if you can celebrate that win, maybe you can have another win the next day. When you find these elements of joy in your day, they become almost like a drug, something that you want to achieve and feel on a regular basis. There have been times in my life in the last couple of years and previous couple of years where things could be pretty stressful every day, and it felt like that sometimes, that just making it through one day would be great if you didn't have any fires to put out, any major catastrophes, things that are going wrong. So once you get past that point and you start having some good days, you start becoming addicted to that joy, addicted to happiness. Now, I've shared with my story. I've gotten onto motivational speaking and life-changing books, personal development years ago. And that's kind of why I'm in the space today and in real estate. My career, it's also a personal development journey. And that's my journey But, what is the journey that you are on? What does it take for you to have success, to celebrate a win in your life? And if you don't learn to celebrate those wins, you're not going to feel that same feeling, the same feeling that I get, the euphoria, the joy, the happiness, and the peace about celebrating when something happy happens, when something good happens. And those are the things that I do get. I get sidetracked about sometimes, and I forget. But I have, like I said, I have my window. I've got some trophies in the window. I have a lot of relationships where people laugh and joke and remind me of the times that we celebrated a win. I just had a nonprofit event a week and a half ago, and that was our first nonprofit event of this type. We had a clay shoot, kind of like a golf tournament, but a clay pigeon shooting tournament, and live auction, silent auction, live entertainment to raise money for two nonprofits. And we'll be doing an award this weekend of the checks to both of those organizations. And it seemed like the event was very small for the first event of its type that me and my group of friends had put together. But when all of the numbers were tallied up, we realized that we had raised more money than we anticipated that we would. We hoped for a larger amount. Don't get me wrong. We always hope. Shoot for the moon, and if you don't make it, at least you'll end up with the stars. Les Brown, that's a great quote. But we shot for the moon, and we didn't make it, but we did end up among the stars, and we did end up raising more money for these organizations that when it started, we kind of, we were getting a little down in the dumps, and we're like, maybe if we can just get through this event, maybe we can, we'll have a little bit of money. I hope we break even. I hope we make some profit, because some of these, these organizations cost a lot of money. So when it was done, we've raised a little more money than we thought we would. And that's a win. That brings me joy. That makes me happy. It brings joy to everyone involved, and we can turn around and celebrate that. So we'll be doing those presentations, but that's part of my journey. I realized that we had done better than we thought we would. We wanted to achieve this huge amount, which is great, because if you don't set your goals high, if you set your goals low and you hit it, you'll always set low goals. But if you set your goals high and you miss, at least you achieved a higher level than you would have if you just set a very low goal. So we set our goals pretty lofty, and we actually didn't achieve the goal, but we did end up higher than we thought we would. And that's part of my joy. That brings me joy. Running this race in this election for the board of directors was great. We had a ticket of agents that we wanted to win. I was one of 3 of the 6 that won. It brought me joy. It made me sad that my other 3 running mates did not win. And now we know what to do next time to gather more votes, right? Next time we're going to win. Okay. But we're celebrating the small achievement. 3 out of the 6 did win, and we're elected to the board of directors, and that makes us very happy. But day-to-day life, walking along this journey, how do you celebrate the achievements in your life? How do you celebrate the small wins? When you achieve a goal, do you just say, hey, that's great, you forget about it, and you're already on to the next goal? That's a great way to set bigger goals, right? If you achieve what you've set out to achieve, you don't ever want to just stop there and then never do anything else. You always want to move the goal line forward. You want to set your next bigger goal and then start moving forward. But if you don't celebrate those small achievements, there's not going to be that lift, that joy, that sense of accomplishment, that you've done a good job, that you've worked hard. And at the end of the day, you actually achieved something. You've got to give yourself that time to enjoy that. Without joy, you become a very boring person, very sad person. You can be driven like I am, like many of you are driven people. But if you don't take time to celebrate those small achievements, each time you move forward trying to set a bigger goal and a bigger goal and a bigger goal, you're going to become lonelier and angrier and less, what's the word I'm looking for? Less fulfilled. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we want? fulfillment. I get fulfilled by helping my fellow woman, my teammates. And this show was originally going to talk about teams. Whose team are you on? But I think that's going to be a show for a different day. Whose team are you actually on? Yours or someone else's? Who's on your team? And and actually comes from a song I used to sing as a kid. So whose side are you on? And that's going to be another show. But if you don't take time to celebrate these small achievements with the people in your life, the people that you choose to work with, to do life with, and they choose to do life with you, it's going to make the journey very boring. Trudging along day after day without any fun, without any joy. People are going to leave your life. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm going to be bold and tell you people are going to leave your life if there's no joy. And you may find yourself getting off course. You've celebrated some small achievements. You continue to move forward, and you have this attitude of, if I'm happy all the time, no one thinks I'm serious. And I've experienced that with people. And I probably shared with you in the past, people have asked my wife numerous times in the past, is Patrick always this happy? And my wife will say yes, and it drives me crazy. But she probably wouldn't have it any other way. But I do make that decision to be happy when I get up. Hey, man, I have struggles. Don't think for a minute that Patrick Lee doesn't have struggles. I have plenty of struggles, but how you handle those, what decisions do you make when you're in the struggle? Most of the time, it brings us to the next topic. When I get off course, I redirect, and I've shared that with you in the past and in many different ways. But you will find yourself going through the journey. You've celebrated some small successes. You've redirected, or you've reset new goals. And as you start going along, you find that some of those goals are maybe hard to achieve. Some of the hurdles you hit, some of the hurdles you come up against, you just can't get over. And when you find yourself up against some of those, you find yourself up against a mountain that you can't get over. You just have to redirect, and you have to find a way under it, or you have to find a way around it. And when you have a team of people around you, that becomes much easier. When you have a team around you that has celebrated some wins, you start to realize and get the feeling that you are unstoppable, that you are a dream team. And there's nothing that can stop you. If it comes in, something comes up in your way, you can rely on those around you to help you get around it, to help you power through it, or redirect. Sometimes you just find yourself getting a little lost, and you had a goal, you're all moving towards a goal, and then a couple of months down the road, it just kind of seems like that goal has moved. And that's something else that we need to talk about. When you get off course, redirect. Absolutely redirect. Consult with your team. Collaborate. The company that I'm with at eXp Realty, that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, is being great collaborators instead of fiercely competitive. We are competitors, yes, but we are more collaborators. We do believe the team acronym, together everyone achieves more. And we can rely on those round about us to help us move forward, to go under or to go over. But there are going to be times that the goal shifts, things change, and all of a sudden you realize maybe that the goal that you were chasing is no longer what you wanted. And I'm going to bring up the next banner here that says, stay nimble and find joy. Being nimble, being light on your feet, and able to adjust is one of the secrets to many large teams and large corporations today. You can have a dogged determination to move forward towards the goal. But if something changes, and in today's world, everything changes. It changes rapidly, faster than many of you can course correct. And you find yourself doing what we talked about a minute ago. You get off course, redirect. It's like, wait, we were going this way. And all of a sudden they moved the goal and it's over here. So I'm redirecting again. Well, the person that's the most nimble is the person that's going to win. The most nimble companies win. If you just say, I'm going to be doggedly determined and I'm going to force my way forward no matter what, no matter how long it takes me, I'm just going to move forward. Well, that's great. But what if the goal line has changed and the way for you to achieve success in your journey has moved? You have got to find ways to stay nimble, bounce off of things that get thrown into your path, jump over small hurdles that continue to be dropped in front of your feet. Stay nimble and find the joy. Look at your friends, your spouse, your teammate, and smile and laugh and say, wow, we didn't see that coming, but good thing I've got you walking along with me, or you to head those things off, or you to grab my hand as we jump over something, or you to pull me out of the way. I have a friend, one of my friends, and is on the show from time to time, and we'll be walking and my phone is in my hand and I'm texting, or we'll be walking in a business or out of a business or just down the street, and he'll say, turn left. And out of the blue, without even looking at him or where we're going, I just turn left because I know he's looking out for me. If I'm answering a message or I'm answering a text, or on the phone, and he just says, turn left, turn right, or stop, or duck, whatever it is. And he's like, I don't know why you do that or how you are so receptive to me when you're on your phone. I'm like, hey, that's why we're friends. I've got you looking out for me and I do the same for you. It's like, look, turn left, turn right, duck, or you're going to get hit in the head, but you're going to bounce off something. But those are the kinds of people you need in your life. You don't have to question everything they say or every directive they give you. You just do it because they've got your back. They're looking out for you. You're going down this journey together. And if you're sidetracked with something else and a log falls in front of your path, they can just look at you, say, step up, you step over the log, and you keep on moving, right? Stay nimble, and then laugh about that. Find the joy in that, and the fact that you have a relationship with somebody that looks out for you enough that they can just tell you, hey man, turn left, turn right. And what if those are business decisions? What if those are lifelong decisions with relationships, with bad decisions with people? That person is in your life, they're on your team, they've got your back and you've got theirs. When something like that's happening, you just turn around and say, don't do that. And they're like, okay, don't go that way. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, let's go this way. And move on towards the goal. Get on down the road on the journey. Be happy in that. Find the joy in the fact that you have a good enough relationship with people that you can help each other out. The most nimble business person will be the most successful, right behind the best marketer. No matter what it is that you're doing in life, the best marketer wins. They just really do. You can have a lot of goals and a lot of dreams and a great work ethic, but if you don't know how to market what it is that you do to the market, if you have something to sell or a business or a service, the best marketer, you may not have the best product and you may not have the best service, but if you can communicate to everyone else that you do, they will still be a path to your door. So when things go wrong, stay nimble, find joy in the journey, but then also remember, I needed to add this in here. The best marketer wins, but right behind him is the person who's the most nimble. You've got to be able to move and go with the ebbs and flows of life. You got to be able to dodge the obstacles get thrown in your course. When you find yourself off course, redirect. We walk back up the banners that we have here, right? When you get off course, redirect. Celebrate the small achievements in the journey. And I think you'll be a much happier person. This has been a short show today, but I wanted to get on here for a few minutes and talk to you about this. The joy in the journey, finding joy in the journey. If you don't find any joy in the journey is going to become pretty boring and kind of hard to stay on. It finds it hard to stay motivated when nothing makes you happy. Learn to find what makes you happy. Like I said, I'm surrounded today by things that make me happy. Can't move the camera right now, but to the right of me over here, I have an antique console stereo record player from back in the 60s. And it's had all of the insides replaced with new technology. So I have a new turntable in there and a new Bluetooth speaker system in there that will attach to my Apple Music on my iPhone, and I can play my tunes through it. It has amazing sound and it makes me happy because it looks just like one I had growing up in Oregon that my parents had, and it has a stereo inside record player. CD, double cassette, all of that, but it's an antique. It's really cool. It brings me joy. And my wife's like, "Why do you like these things?" I'm like, "They make me happy." Whenever I turn it on, I'm hanging out here at the house working and I turn on the music, it makes me happy. I listen to the things that I grew up with. They make me happy. I have instruments around me and I don't play them well, but whenever I do, they make me happy, and they make me happy because someone I love gave them to me. I'm a patriot and I love guns. I love the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and I have them on the wall. And people give me things like that as gifts because they know they make me happy, and and that I appreciate those things. So I try to surround myself with things that bring me joy, and I hope that you do too. And then I find things in the journey that bring me joy, that we can celebrate the achievements and the things together that we have done, and that makes moving forward towards the next big goal that much easier, that much more joyful. I hope this has helped you today. This has been Patrick Lee with Midweek Motivation Live. As always, I do this free as a service to you. And if you would like to help me out, I would like to help you. Click the link to my digital business card in the comments below this video. That's www.patricklee.work. My digital business card created by Nick Krim and Michael K at Content Cards. CONTENTCARDZ.com. Content Cards. If you're in the real estate space, they can create a digital business card for you as well. But in that digital business card, you'll get all of my contact information. Get an appointment in my calendar. I'd love to talk to you about how we can buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate with you and for you, and help you achieve success in your journey as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, like I said, please click on the subscribe button and the bell for notifications below this video as well. Subscribe to the channel and you can watch all the shows there or on any major podcast platform. Till next week, this has been Patrick Lee saying, courage begins at the end of your comfort zone. Bye-bye.